सोलन के कसौली क्लब में चल रहे 14वें खुशवंत सिंह लिटफेस्ट के दूसरे दिन पंजाब और कश्मीर के मुद्दे चर्चा के केंद्र में रहे। वरिष्ठ पत्रकार हरिंद्र बवेजा की किताब दे विल शूट यू मैडम पर पूर्व गृह और वित्त मंत्री पी चिदम्बरम ने उनसे विशेष बातचीत की। बवेजा ने कहा कि इंदिरा गांधी ने अकाली दल की ताकत कमजोर करने के लिए भिंडरावाले को उभारा, जिससे पंजाब में हालात बिगड़े। इस पर चिदम्बरम ने कहा कि ऑपरेशन ब्लू स्टार के लिए केवल इंदिरा गांधी को जिम्मेदार ठहराना उचित नहीं है, इसमें सेना, पुलिस और प्रशासन भी शामिल थे। उन्होंने कहा कि इंदिरा गांधी ने इस फैसले की कीमत अपनी जान देकर चुकाई। 1984 के दंगों को बवेजा ने देश की सबसे बड़ी त्रासदी बताया, जबकि चिदम्बरम ने कहा कि दिल्ली को यह समझना होगा कि दिल्ली ही इंडिया नहीं है, पंजाब और कश्मीर को मुख्य धारा से जोड़ना ही शांति का रास्ता है।
Again, we're talking about, wounds that conflicts inflict on populations. I will never forget what I saw when I got access to the Golden Temple soon after Operation Blue Star. It had been fortified so well. I don't think the army was even prepared for what they actually had to face, because in the end they had to pulverize the Akal Takht to be able to get hold of Bhindrawale and outdo Major General Shabik Singh, who was his military boss. I mean, he was the one telling him how to convert the holiest Sikh shrine into a fortress. But I think Operation Blue Star then led to the next chapter of violence in Punjab, because Mrs. Gandhi paid for her life because of that operation. She signed off on a very costly mission by engaging the army to carry out a task and the problem, I'm sorry to say, you're also from the Congress, but mixing religion and politics, trying to give wind to Bhindrawale's sails in the hope that, he will help control the Akalis, was a supremely bad idea.
Well, I'm not sure whether that accusation against Mrs. Gandhi is correct, that she created...
I believe it to be correct, but we can agree to differ.
You believe it to be correct, you have your sources. But then, no disrespect to any service officers, military officers here, but that was a wrong way to retrieve the Golden Temple. Few years later, I think 3-4 years later, we showed the right way to retrieve the Golden Temple by keeping out the army.
You're talking about Black Thunder, the second operation?
I think you have...
I've delved into that also, but before...
You've dealt with very sketchily and in passing. I don't think you did justice to Black Thunder. And
no, I was there. I covered every minute of it. I have, in fact...
Book contains only,
there's one chapter on Punjab, yes. So...
There was a way to retrieve and capture all the militants. But the Blue Star was the wrong way. And I agree, Mrs. Gandhi paid with her life for that mistake. But that mistake,
and how is...
But that mistake was a cumulative decision of the army, the police, the intelligence and the civil service. You can't blame it only on Mrs. Gandhi, would you?
Well, she was the Prime Minister. I don't think anybody else could have signed off on that mission. Again, I beg to differ with you, Mr. Chidambaram, but it was Mrs. Gandhi's decision. And if you've read the book, I know, but for the rest of you, it does contain fresh information on how Captain Amrinder Singh, who was then a Congress MP, he was crucial to all the negotiations that were taking place between Mrs. Gandhi, her ministers, and her bureaucrats. He was central to all the three committees. In fact, one day she sent for him and said, find a way to connect with Bhindranwale because I want Rajiv Gandhi to meet Bhindranwale. So Captain Amrinder Singh actually set up 2 meetings. The details are in the book.
The weakness of that chapter is your only source is Mr. Amrinder Singh.
But he was the one who went and slept in Bhindranwale's bed. He's the one who got the connection. And both
But
times.
I think a journalist will know that there should be at least 2 sources and perhaps 3 sources before you put a.
I think I got it from
fact.
the horse's mouth because he was the one. And I also spoke to Ravi Inder Singh, who knows the whole story, who I have not quoted in the book. Sometimes you don't quote all your sources. So, again, if you think that's a weakness, I take your criticism on my chin. But I have no doubt about the fact that those talks were sabotaged, and they were sabotaged by Darbara Singh, who didn't want.
Would you agree that the political problem of Punjab, Khalistan, is all that up in the past? The present problem with Punjab is the economic situation.
Yes, I think there's still there is still political sentiment. I mean, people don't want to see violence on the streets like we saw in the 80s. But let's not forget the fact that the issue, it's a wound which is very easy to scratch. At the end of the day, the guy who killed her bodyguards killed her. The son of one of the bodyguards who assassinated Mrs. Gandhi is a member of parliament. So there are linkages that do not go away. There are linkages that stay in the political subconscious of communities.
But Dr. Manmohan Singh was also Prime Minister of India for 10 years.
Yes, that
And
is
I
true.
think that is a.
But Rahul Gandhi still keeps going back to the Golden Temple because he knows that somewhere the Sikhs have not forgiven the Gandhi family for what they did in 1984. That's what I believe.
Well, I don't know. I don't know whether that's true today.
There are lots of
Be
Sikhs
that as it
in
may,
the audience. I'm sure
my
they'll
visits
have.
to Punjab, my visits to Punjab lead me to believe that the political cry of Khalistan and separation is practically died down. The real problem is the economic situation. As you tie up with your chapter on migrants, the most number of illegal migrants are from Punjab.
That is a fact.
Why
Because
wo-
the lure of foreign shore is the highest in Punjab, but now also joined by other states like Gujarat. And Gujarat has the current Prime Minister. Let's also remember that. There are lots of people from
The
Gujarat.
leaders of Gujarat will say that the Gujaratis are going to improve those countries.
Why would they go illegally, sir? If they
Well-
want, we're talking about illegal immigrants. And
but-
high on the list are Punjab and Gujarat and Telangana now. So the lure of the foreign shore, despite visuals of them being brought back, and the fact that they came back with chains around their ankles, has not dissuaded people from still trying to cross illegally.
Let's move on to migrants. I think your undercover job as a illegal migrant, a potential illegal migrant, was quite fascinating. How easy it is to fall into the trap of agents and sub-agents and part with lakhs of rupees and to only caught on the US border. There are 10 Indians being caught on the US border every day or every hour or something like that.
The figures are staggering, and despite Trump sending plane loads of migrants back, I can tell you, because I've been in touch with, some of the families whose boys are still missing. They tell me that from their villages, people are still in touch with these migration companies who promised to take them across illegally. The sting operation you're referring to, I did way back in the 90s because it's a dream that people have had over decades. The dream has only increased in figures, and it was actually very easy to access that whole network. All you needed, all I needed, was to be able to speak some Hindi and Punjabi, and for them it's a dhanda, it's a business.
The one thing that I saw missing in that chapter was you didn't speak.
You
to
find
the,
too many things missing in the book.
you
I thought this was going to be a conversation.
you don't seem to have spoken to the parents of the illegal immigrant boys.